Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need.
Looking back on baby pictures of these three extraordinary men, you can tell by the gleam in their baby eyes that they were born to do great things. What kind of great things, you ask? They were born to lead a student section. In a world full of mediocre student sections, one rises above the rest. Fire Pit Nation!
Fire Pit Nation is the best student section. We have the most students game to game, and we are the loudest with our cheers and our chants. We do many themes to get students involved and wanting to come to the games. We also impact the game in various ways.
Themes are a great way to get our student section involved with the game. They provide enjoyment to all students who participate. Themes also have the power to make opposing student sections angry and jealous.
Some of our themes include whiteout, to add some contrast to Morton's blackout. Guess what? It worked. We won. Other themes include gangster night, to prove to some schools that they're probably not as hard as they think they are. Don't want to name names, but we were probably playing East Peoria or Limestone. Others, such as Hick Night. We were probably playing Canton, but let's be honest, even if they saw this documentary, they probably wouldn't get it. Blackout, in support of Easter Steels and all our proceeds going to support them. Fire Pit Nation is more than a student section. We are also a caring, loving, charity-based organization. And last but not least, rain out. Guess what? That Friday night, it was raining nothing but touchdowns.
The Fire Pit does more than just leads cheers. They have an outstanding impact on the game. According to Pekin High School men's basketball coach Dave Mott, the Fire Pit's presence is known and well respected by many.
Limestone, I hated the Fire Pit.
Now that you coach at Pekin, have those thoughts changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hated Fire Pit. So I knew that that once I got to Pekin, nice letter she got there. That I would enjoy it because I hated it so much when I was at Limestone. I mean, one time we had a player dive for a loose ball, saved it back in bounds, and never got out of the Fire Pit. They wouldn't let him out. So we played 5-on-4 for a while, and since then, I hated it. So when I got here, I liked it. I didn't like it when they got moved, because I thought it was a little bit more effective underneath the basket, but they're still pretty good at what they do. Crack me up.
What impact do you think the Fire Pit has on the game? In what ways do they affect it?
Well, I mean, I don't know these things for certain because I think it's really hard to get inside the heads of really great players. I think great players stay focused no matter what. They just block that kind of stuff out. In fact, I think really good players, if they're getting harassed or hazed by why students use it as a motivation. I think where it impacts it is maybe on the role players. I think Pekin's a hard place to shoot in because of the background anyway. And if you've got a student body that's creating some hostile scenarios, I think it's harder on the role players than it is the star players, to be honest with you. And again, I don't know that, I just think that. Zach could probably answer that better than you, because he probably gets harassed a little bit at the other places.
Compared to other student sections that you've coached against or coached with as the coach of, how does the Fire Pit compare?
Oh, I think the Fire Pit doesn't take a back seat to any of them. If it weren't for some restrictions put on them, I think it could be, sky would be the limit. But I think it's important with our school situation that they keep it within the boundary lines, and our administration does a good job making sure that they don't get too carried away. But I don't think they take it. I've been around for a while. I've been to a lot of schools. I've been in the Mid-Illini Conference for a long time. 6 years at Limestone and 7 years at Pekin now. So it's 13 years, and the Fire Pit will take a backseat to nobody. I don't think it's always been that way. I think they've got it revved up the last couple of years. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Not only coaches, but players as well think that the Fire Pit has a great impact on the game. According to Nathan Taphorn, Pekin High School star athlete, the Fire Pit helps him and his teammates while they are out on the court.
All right, we're here with my fellow teammate Nathan Taphorn, 2013 Northwestern commit, 36th best small forward in the nation. Great shooter, great player. About to hand it over to Jared to ask him about the Fire Pit.
Nathan, what impact does the Fire Pit have on you game to game at home?
Oh, wow. I mean, just game to game, the Fire Pit rang out from the I don't know what you call it, the
Tunnel.
tarp?
Tunnel.
Tunnel? There we go. It's not really a tunnel, but, from game to game, it gets me fired up running out and seeing all you guys there. I mean, each player, not just me, each player on the team, so, definitely 100% gets me fired up, and, hopefully see you guys there each game.
Compared to other schools around in the area that you played against, how does the Fire Pit stack up student section-wise?
Basically, it blows everything out of the water. I don't know any school that would compare to us. Our Fire Pit is pretty much the biggest one I've been to and been in. I enjoy being in it, so during football games, and I wish we had another season to be in, have it be in there, but sadly we don't. So,
Nathan, thank you for your time.
thanks, man.
Appreciate luck this season. And, hopefully the Fire Pit gets you jazzed up.
Dude, I'm ready to go this season.
Nathan is not the only player that believes the Fire Pit has an impact on the game. Zach Hansen, Pekin sharpshooter, also known as Big Z, Moneyball Hansen, and Downtown Freddie Brown, believes the Fire Pit impacts him and his teammates while they are out on the court.
Here with senior basketball guard Zach Hansen. Zach, how does the Fire Pit affect you when you're playing basketball?
The Fire Pit affects us, the team greatly, and me individually. Fire Pit gets us rallied up, gets us ready to go for the game. A recent showing of the Fire Pit that was helped us win was last Saturday against Limestone. We actually got down by 5. The Fire Pit kept cheering, kept us in the game. Honestly, I don't think if it wasn't for the Fire Pit, I don't think we would have pulled it out. They just kept cheering all game, kept us in it, kept us rallied up.
Did the Limestone student section have any effect on you guys?
Not really. The Limestone student section just wasn't very good compared to the Fire Pit. I know that the Fire Pit got into some Limestone players' heads as actually his name is Aaron Davis, was teed up for flipping off the Fire Pit at the end of the game on Saturday. So the Fire Pit was superior to Limestone's Fire Zach.
Like any good student section, Fire Pit Nation uses many tactics and strategies to get inside the heads of opponents, such as reading newspapers when the opposing starting lineup is announced. But this is not what separates us from other student sections. The separation occurs in our family-like bond we share together. Just look at East Peoria's student section. They appear to be a group of individuals, and, if I would say so myself, doing a pretty horrible job. Our student section, on the other hand, is a solid, respectful unit displayed by us singing along in the national anthem together. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. Who is this dismal group of students on the screen before me? This is the Morton student section. At a home game, nonetheless. Now, this is not just our biased opinion. There are other students from other schools who agree with us, like Macy Martin from Morton.
Spiritual leader of the Fire Pit, Jared Dunn, here with Morton sophomore Macy Martin. Macy, what are your thoughts on the Fire Pit?
Well, Jared, I look at your Fire Pit as more of a family, not so much a student section. I mean, you guys are always there to cheer each other on, and you're always there to support each other, and I really have a lot of respect for that.
Compared to your own student section, I don't know what you call yourselves. Losers, maybe? Sorry. How does the Fire Pit compare?
You know, I'm not going to bash my school or anything, but we call ourselves the Red Tide, but I'm definitely going to have to say that your guys' fan section is a pretty great one.
Thank you, Macy. Thank you for your time.
Look at this. T-shirts with our student section's name on them. How many other schools have this? Our school is behind us 100% and provides us with cool items to display school spirit with. These T-shirts were handed out to all students at our first home game. Our students wear these T-shirts with pride, knowing that the Fire Pit is highly respected, and to be a part of this movement is an accomplishment. These hand towels were also a gift to the Fire Pit from our school. They provide an extra source of school spirit and support as we wave them in the air when something good is done in the game or during the tip-off of basketball games. We are the only student section that has these extra spirit enhancers.
Ask yourselves a question. Do you think Nathan Taphorn would have even come close to making that shot without the support of the Fire Pit? I'll answer it for you. No, he wouldn't have even come near the rim. But with the support and school spirit displayed by Fire Pit Nation, that shot was iced.
Okay. I'm here with Nestle Hassler, Chocolate Lab. Nestle, how does it feel to be the first official animal member of the Fire Pit? Thank you. Thank you for your time, Nestle. Nestle.
I don't know how many of you in the class speak fluent Chocolate Lab, but I do. Nestle's bark roughly translates to, "It is an honor and a privilege to be finally inducted into the Fire Pit Nation." I am more than looking forward to future opportunities with the team, and hopefully my pioneering in becoming the first animal member of the Fire Pit will lead to more animals becoming members. Hopefully I inspire young animals to get involved in their own community fire pit And hopefully, this is the start of a revolution.
Cheers, chants, and themes all combine to produce a student section. But add a little family bond and unity, and you can see the full effects of why Fire Pit Nation is the best student section ever. The Fire Pit has an impact on students' lives and Pekin High School sports in general.